Well, hello everyone, and it's time once again to sit down with our panel and kind of take a look at the news events in this state, things that have happened in the last 30 days since we last had a chance to get together. Our guest today, Ziva Brandstetter, who is supposed to be with us from Frontier Subscription on the web, was detained and unable to make today's taping. We have Charley Biggs with The Beacon. He's publisher and managing editor. It's good to see you, Charley.
Thank you.
And John Durkee, who says W better than anybody I've ever known with Public Radio Tulsa. How are you guys?
W.
Oh, give me a heart. Chest pain. Welcome, guys. It's been busy.
Yes, it has.
Why don't we start with the Biggs trial? The very latest being the verdict that came down, I think caught a lot of folks by surprise.
It was very quick. It was 3 hours. The jury deliberated 3 hours, came back in and gave the sentence exactly what the prosecution had been asking for. Second-degree manslaughter, guilty. Sentenced him to, recommended a sentence of 4 years in prison. Bob Bates is 74 years old, so he'll be nearly, well, he'll be 78. That's that Tulsa Public School math there. God, time he gets out, so wow.
With some the math took, with some it didn't. I'm a little curious about a couple of points on this. There was testimony that indicated somebody said he was asleep in his car right up until the chase started. Others said no, that wasn't the case. Which is it?
Well, I don't honestly know, but there was testimony that he was napping in his vehicle as they were waiting for the sting to come down. Mm-hmm. And then when Eric Harris started running, that's when Bob Bates got involved. But as to whether he was actually sleeping, I don't know. Was he just trying to look like he was sleeping, being undercover? I don't know the answer to that. Were
you surprised by the verdict?
Not really.
I mean, you heard a lot of the testimony, did you know?
Some of it. The thing that really kind of shocked me more than anything else was the defense. You know, saying, "Oh well, no, he wasn't. He didn't die from a bullet wound. He died from a heart attack." Well, I can't imagine being shot would help you if you were having a heart attack. Mm-hmm. You know, that didn't make sense to me. You know, common sense was, well, if you've got a heart problem and you get shot, chances are that's going to cause you to have a heart attack.
I thought, and of course, you know, next day quarterback, I thought the defense would be the confusion, you know, in the heat of the moment.
Right.
Thought he grabbed his stun gun and grabbed instead his service revolver.
Right.
And I didn't hear much play on that.
No, there really wasn't. There was a doctorate came in early in the testimony and said that, you know, he was under a lot of stress and that people in stressful situations can sometimes, you know, grab the wrong thing or do something, and that was the case with this. He just grabbed the wrong gun because he was stressful.
Final point I want to bring up. I'm told that Mr. Bates is in jail and will stay there without bail until sentencing. Is that unusual?
A little bit, I would think, especially for second-degree manslaughter. The jury had a choice of not guilty or second-degree manslaughter, which is what the prosecution act, or something that I've never heard of called excusable homicide.
I'd never heard of that.
And that was the three. And for something second-degree manslaughter, I was a little surprised that he's still being detained. I thought he'd be out on bail.
When's sentencing?
In May, towards the end of the month. I don't remember the exact date, but it's in late May.
Interesting to see what comes of that.
Yeah.
Well, there have been several other things in the news, of course, and Charley and I were sitting here talking before you got here to start today's taping. I need to ask you, are you guys carrying guns?
No, not today.
You're not today?
No, and if I was, I'd lie about it.
You know, legislature's talking about making it okay for folks to get out. Anybody can buy a gun, slap it on their hip, and carry it openly. Will that happen, Charlie?
Well, we have open carry right now. The issue, I think, that the bill you're talking about would make it, you wouldn't need a license to have concealed carry. Now, the bill also would not allow you to take guns on a campus where it's prohibited, or into a private business that would prohibit that too. But I think there's over 30 states that have essentially the same thing, that you can have an open carry or concealed carry without any kind of license.
That's a little scary to me. I mean, I've got a license, and I'm still uncomfortable when I see folks I don't know walking around with a gun on their hip.
Well, it's kind of difficult at times to, or at least it goes through my mind when I see that, is their motives pure, or why do they have the gun on?
Yeah, especially, in a 5 and dime.
Well, yeah, this was a Walmart that I saw this, and it was like...
Well, it's interesting though, if you go around to the churches in Tulsa during the weekday, you have to be buzzed in.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Everybody is security conscious, and we've seen these mad people target people where they know there aren't any guns, and just the mystery that there may be some guns in a congregation might, or in any, in a theater, might persuade these guys to pick a better target.
That's true.
Okay, restroom IDs. Are we going to carry
see mine?
Yeah. Here's a small version of my birth certificate.
Yeah.
What is this? Why are we doing it? Why are we wasting the voters' times with this?
Well,
I mean, I grew up in a household. There was a mother, a father, a little brother, and myself. Clearly, that bathroom was coeducational. I'm not warped, I don't think.
Can we get back to you on that?
well, you know what? My barber, he works in a salon, and they have 2 restrooms there, and both you can use either one, but you close the door and lock the door.
Yeah.
So that's a good solution, I think. But when you come to a big public restroom, if my kids were little, I don't think I would want to subject it to anybody that was dangerous, in the bathroom, especially if I was
Go with them, Charlie.
Well, if my daughter though, if she was going into a restroom and she's 10 years old, and I'm in a ball game, and I can't go in there with her, then there would be that's the source of the apprehension, I think.
Take your wife.
But wouldn't that be the case regardless of the person going into the restroom? I mean, you have somebody that would harm a child. Does it necessarily have to be a man dressed as a woman, or could it not just be a regular woman?
Yeah, this is not the core issue though. The
Yeah.
core issue is that is society going to accept people they're like this, and to what level are we going to accept them?
Well, isn't it more, though, an issue of discrimination against gay, lesbian, and transgender? Isn't that what this is all about?
Well, do you have a right to use a bathroom? I mean,
No, that you have a right to discriminate against them?
well, they're not. It's not a protected right in Oklahoma. It's not discrimination if you make choices, and in terms of sexual orientation. Now, it is in some states, but not in Oklahoma.
But this paves the way, obviously, for it to be okay to discriminate, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I don't see the people that are behind this. I don't see them saying, we want to run these people out of the state, or we don't want them using the bathroom. It is just I think the issue is the people that don't agree with this, are we going to be forced to accept that? That's the issue.
I mean, okay, I'll just be my typical Oklahoma self. How do you know?
Oh.
Are they going to walk up to the urinal? Or I mean, there's not a urinal in a women's restroom.
Isn't there a chromosome test they could do?
How would you know?
Have you heard of duct tape? And on that, we'll take a short break, and we'll be back with more right after this.